Cowboy Nation, y'all already know who it is. Welcome to the Gridiron Sports Podcast. I am your host, Majestic Sounds. Hey, listen, Cowboy Nation. The Dallas Cowboys have won. I know I'm kind of late getting on here talking about this, but we did defeat the Carolina Panthers in Week 15. The final score was 30-14. I am very, very, very impressed because I've been on Mike McCarthy. I've been on Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer about their play calling, formations, sequential play calling, things of that nature. And also everybody pretty much been on a running game. Like, when are we going to get a running game, a consistent running game? Ladies and gentlemen, the running game is back. Breaking news on that. The running game is back. And it's consistent. It looks like it's here to stay. The Dallas Cowboys have decided to let Rico Dowdle be the featured back. And ever since they made that decision, it's actually been a good decision. So this is the third game that Rico had over 100 yards. Let me look at his yards real quick. He had 25 attempts for 149 yards. That's 5.9, essentially 6 yards per carry. His longest run was 12 yards. So with that being said, once the coaching staff made up their mind to go ahead and let Rico be the featured back, and we reshuffled the offensive line as well due to Cooper Beebe being out with a concussion. And I'm probably going to talk about the injury report on this episode. So I'll do that. I'll talk about the injury report briefly on this particular episode. But yeah, the Dallas Cowboys look better, and I get it. We were only playing the Carolina Panthers. But the Carolina Panthers actually been good. They gave the Philadelphia Eagles a run for their money. So the Carolina Panthers actually been good. Bryce Young actually looked decent prior to this game. But this game, he didn't look too good. Too many turnovers. Shout out to Mike Zimmer and the defense. I mean, they did a phenomenal job all game long. If I'm not mistaken, we were able to generate about 6 sacks. Let's see here. I'm going to actually look at that and see. We got Carl Lawson got a sack. Jordan Lewis, the nickelback, the old faithful nickelback guy, he got a sack. We got Chauncey Golston got a sack in. Michael Parsons got 2 sacks in. Osa Odigizua had a big game, you guys. He got a sack in. And so, I mean, our defense came to play. They really came to play. Jordan Lewis was all over the place. So shout out to Jordan Lewis. And just shout out to the whole defense in general. It was a great game. I'm thoroughly impressed. Howbeit, it was the Carolina Panthers. But as of late, Carolina has been a good team. Like I said, their last 3 or 4 outs, they been very competitive. They haven't been rolling over and playing dead and, preparing for a high draft pick like some teams are doing. They just giving up on their season. They're tanking the rest of the season. So kudos to Carolina for not tanking the rest of the season. And kudos to us for not tanking the rest of the season, because we got people playing for contracts. And we do got a slim chance of making the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all already know how I feel about that. But we do have a slim, I'm talking about razor blade thin. Very slim, very thin chance. But the best thing for us to do is to win out. We win out, and other teams continue to lose and fall off the face of the earth. We will have a chance to make the playoffs. And y'all know how I feel about that. I mean, my question is, who in the world can we beat if we do make the playoffs? Can we generate a win with Mike McCarthy as the head coach and Cooper Rush as our quarterback? Can we generate a victory in the playoffs? Because teams are pretty good. Teams who make it to the playoffs are actually good teams. Like, there are teams who sneak in the back door like what we gonna do, but some teams, when they get in the playoff, they just turn it on. They flip the switch, like the LA Rams, for example. That's a sneaky team. The Seattle Seahawks, for example, it's a sneaky team. Once they get in the playoffs, they just hit that switch and cut it on, and they'll mess around and be in a divisional game or the NFC conference. So it's very possible that we can make the playoffs. It's not over yet because some teams are losing while other teams are winning. So two things got to happen, you guys. We got to continue to win and other teams got to lose. And I got to be honest, I'm thinking about 3 to 4 teams got to lose in order for us to really sneak in that back door. But as I just stated, who in the world do y'all think we can beat if we do make it to the playoffs? Like, I just don't see us really getting past the wild card round. And I'm just being honest about it. That's how I look at it. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm just being realistic about it. But as far as the game, I am impressed. Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer did impress me with their play calling. They got Turpin involved very heavily in the run game. Turpin had 2 carries for 27 yards, so that's like 13.5 per carry, and one of them was for 16 yards, which was his longest one. CeeDee Lamb had a great game, you guys. Y'all already know CeeDee Lamb gonna be CeeDee Lamb. He was able to catch 9 passes for 116 yards. You're looking at 12.8, nearly 13 yards a catch. His longest yard was like a 28-yarder. So shout out to Jalen Tolbert. Cooper Rush said that he was actually trying to throw the ball out of bounds, but Jalen Tolbert, y'all know I'm high on Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert was able to get both feet down in bounds for that touchdown in the back of the end zone. So shout out to Jalen Tolbert. Shout out to Jalen Brooks, who also caught a touchdown pass. And I got to give Cooper Rush his flowers. And the game plan from Mike McCarthy for Cooper Rush was good. It was good. I can't believe I'm saying it. But Mike McCarthy game plan was actually good for Cooper Rush in this particular game. Cooper Rush attempted 29 passes. That's it. And let's just leave it there. We don't need to go over 30 passes. We just don't. When Rico Dowdle is gouging people right now in the running game. He's practically getting 6 yards per carry every time he tote the ball. So, in my humble opinion, why in the world would you take the ball out of Rico Dowdle's hands? So, I would keep Cooper Rush passing attempts around there, anywhere from 25 to 35. I wouldn't go over that. I wouldn't dare go over that. You don't need to throw the ball no more than 30 to 35 times. That's it. Because your running game is working right now. Finally, somebody help me say, finally, working on a consistent basis. Not up and down, but consistently. So, he had 29, he is in Cooper Rush, 29 attempts, 18 completions. That's a 62% pass completion with 214 yards with 3 touchdowns with a quarterback rating of 126.3. That's good. What else can you ask for from Cooper Rush? What else can you ask for? I mean, that's phenomenal. Long as you keep him under 40 and I'll leave it around 30. He don't need to get up nowhere near 40. Anything over 35 is too much. It's too much for Cooper Rush. Don't put the game on his back like that when the running game and the offensive line is doing great right now. So shout out to the offensive line. Shout out to Cooper Rush. Shout out to CeeDee Lamb. Shout out to Rico Dowdle. Shout out to all the wide receivers. Shout out to the offense. The offense looked competent. For a long time, our special teams was our offense. Shout out to Brandon Aubrey and Cavante Turpin. They was the offense. I'm going to say that again. Cavante Turpin and Brandon Aubrey was the offense. So our special teams is very good special teams. And we're coached very well in our special teams department. But Cowboy Nation, let's enjoy this victory. I don't care if it was the Carolina Panthers. Let's celebrate this victory. And let's look forward to next week. We got Tampa Bay. I believe that's a Monday night game, ladies and gentlemen. Tampa Bay on Monday Night Football. So I'm ready for some football on a Monday night. But until then, I'm going to celebrate this victory, this win by the Dallas Cowboys. And I was thoroughly impressed with the offense. Finally, I see some continuity. Finally, I see some cohesiveness. Finally, I see them moving the chains and getting first downs and not being in third and long every time you turn around. But we do got to clean up those penalties. We did have a lot of penalties. I'm going to see, can I find out how many penalties that we had throughout the game. And let's see. We had 14 penalties, ladies and gentlemen. That's ridiculous. 14 penalties. So we do got to clean up those penalties. We got to be more disciplined this coming week against Tampa Bay. We can't make nothing easy for Tampa Bay, man. There ain't no slaw team. We ain't playing Carolina. So we're going to have to bring our A game. We're going to have to win out. We got to beat Philly, which people are really not paying attention to. We still got opportunity in our division to sneak in the back door. So we got to beat Philly. We got to beat the Commanders. It's hard to beat a team twice. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, it is bloody hard to beat the same team twice in the National Football League. But that's what we got to attempt to do. The game plan got to be tight. Mike McCarthy, you got to keep doing what you're doing. The competition is going to get stiffer. Yes, the competition is going to get stiffer next week. You're not playing the Carolina Panthers. You are playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, another sneaky team that can make some noise in the playoffs. So we got to make sure we win that. We got to make sure we beat Washington. Now, let me see who else we got. Let me see. Y'all, hold what you got. Hold what you got. See here. What can I do about this? See what I can find here. Take it back. We taking it back. We taking it back. All right. So they ain't showing the rest. Let's see. I know it's a way. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right. So we got Tampa Bay. Like I said, we got Philly and we got Washington. That's it. That's it. Those are the last 3 games. So I was just trying to make sure I was right on that. So that's Sunday night. So not Monday night. Tampa Bay game gonna be Sunday night. And then week 17, we got Philly. We got to go to Philly. The good thing about Tampa Bay, they got coming to us. We got to go to Philly. That's going to be hard. And then the Washington Commanders got to come to us. Although we have been good on the road, we're like 4-2 on the road. And so we got a opportunity to win the game. We got a reign of hope. We got a reign of hope. All right, Cowboy Nation. Let me go over this list real quick, the injury list, so you guys can kind of know what's going on with a few of our players that you might not know about. So Cooper Beebe had a concussion. That's why Hoffman is the center right now. So as of now, Cooper Beebe will be out. He won't be playing in week 15. Eric Kendricks, it says here he got something personal and then he got a shoulder injury. He's questionable for this week. Demarion Overshawn, y'all already know he's out. He's having season-ending surgery. Wanye Thomas, his knee, he's out. I don't know if he's having season-ending surgery or not, but he's out. Then we got the inside linebacker, Nick, who normally plays on special teams. He's questionable. Then we got Trayvon Diggs. I'm sure you guys heard the news about Trayvon Diggs. He will be out and he's going to have season-ending surgery on his knee. But I see he got questionable on here. But I heard he's having season-ending surgery. So even though it says questionable, let's just sit back and see what happened. Then my guy from special teams, CJ Goodwin, hamstring issue. He's questionable. CeeDee Lamb still bothered by that shoulder. Jordan Lewis is questionable with a hamstring. We got DaRon Bland on here. I don't know why he's still on the injury reserve list, but they got him on there for that foot. But he played through it last week. I don't know if he's going to be able to play this week or not. It's uncertain at this moment. Rico Dowdle is actually on here with a knee issue, and I don't know why he's on here with that situation. Is uncertain. I haven't heard anything about him having a knee issue. It's probably something that's been kind of bothering him throughout the season. Who knows? But nevertheless, that's questionable. Of course, Tyler Guyton has the ankle issue. And we got Marshawn Nealon with the knee issue where he played this past week. Tyler Smith got an ankle issue. And then we got Buddy Johnson, a linebacker with some type of illness. It don't say, all it says is illness, and he's questionable. So that's what we got going on as far as injuries. So if you contextualize the season ending injuries that we have, so you're looking at Trayvon Diggs. Supposedly he's gonna have surgery, season-ending surgery on that same knee. And you know, that's what happened when you don't plan ahead. Dallas is notorious for not planning ahead, waiting till the 11th hour to do anything. So Trayvon Diggs, they rushed him, in my humble opinion, back from the ACL. I believe he had an ACL injury. So they rushed him back. All they had to do was keep bumping grind Gilly, Stephon Gilmore, and just ease Trayvon back into playing on a regular basis. They could have just basically had him practicing with the team, and then when he's healthy enough, just let him get a couple of reps in during the actual game, and just ease him, slow roll him back into his normal role. And you got to think about it. DaRon Bland was out for about 10 games before he came back, and he been out since OTAs. You got Slam Williams with a season ending injury during OTAs. So, you know, we've been thin really all season long. But if they had to just planned ahead, it's always good to have veteran leadership in the locker room. And so all they really had to do was just keep bumping grind Gilly and just, you know, use him until Trayvon Diggs get completely healthy instead of rushing them back. So in my humble opinion, evidently he re-aggravated his ACL, and so from what I'm hearing, he's going to have season-ending surgery. And then, you know, we got Zach Martin, who's having season-ending surgery. We got Demarion Overshown, who's having season-ending surgery. And of course, my favorite quarterback, Dak Prescott, is having he already had season-ending surgery. So all these guys won't be playing. So that just goes to show you that the front office does not plan ahead. And ain't no way on God's green earth we got all these injuries, especially in the secondary. Shout out to Josh Butler. Warrior been injured. I mean, Carson's the rookie, injured. I can go on and on. DaRon Bland, I can go on and on, especially the secondary. All those injuries back there. Everybody I just named there play in the secondary. So that wasn't smart by the front office at all. You got to plan ahead. You got to think ahead. And you got to spend some money. And, you know, that's the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. They're afraid to spend money. So, you know, cut a deal with bump and grind Gilly. That's all I had to do. Come on, man. Let's keep him and let Trayvon heal completely and ease him back in instead of throwing him in there and he's not completely healed. So that's the injury report, Cowboy Nation. Before I leave, I just want you guys to know we do have a slim, I do mean a slim chance of making the playoffs. So shout out to all the fans out there. Shout out to the organization, the whole team. And I'm saying that because we got a chance. Now, y'all know I already know how I feel about it, so I ain't gonna even continue to talk about that on this particular episode. We won't be seeing the Dallas Cowboys tanking the rest of the season. They might as well go on and win out. So let's just keep our fingers crossed or pray, whatever you like to do. And hopefully we'll come out on victory side, and then we'll make it in the playoffs through the back door. All right, Cowboy Nation, let me hit this right here. I just wanted to hit that because that's what Jerry Jones be waiting on all the time. So
what's your point? What's your point?
My point is you love to lean heavily on the draft. So I'm glad we're not tanking the season at this point, and we're actually trying to make the playoffs. Although I don't think we're going to beat anybody in the playoffs. But I'm glad we're trying to make it. I'm glad. All right, Cowboy Nation, that's my time. I truly thank you all for your time. Listen, make sure you guys subscribe. Become a part of the community. Come on in. We ain't gonna hurt you. Share this content. Put the thumbs up on it. Share it with a neighbor. Share it with a friend. Share it with a stranger. Share it with a coworker. Share it with your significant other. And share it with your enemy. And maybe y'all might just become the best of friends after talking about the Dallas Cowboys. DC for life.